Hey beauties, in today's video I'm gonna be doing press on nails using these almond full cover tips. I already have them sized out and filed to customize the way I like them for my nail tips. So I'm gonna go on and use this old primer just to prime the nails so that we have there's so much dust because this has been chilling here for a while. Actually, I have sized these nails out a while ago and they've been chilling on my desk for a while, but that's besides the point. I'm just going to use this primer just to prime the top of the nails so that the gel can stick really well, and I'm going to do that with all the nails. And I found one of these old crusty and dirty looking color gels because I haven't been using color gels in a while. I'm just going to try and open this, but I'm going for this orange. This is a orange that I don't normally use. Didn't want to go for the bright one, and I'm just gonna use that on this thumb. This is my thumbnail, and I'm gonna go in with 2 coats of that. I don't know how I feel about press-ons. I wanted to say I'm not gonna do press-ons ever again, but don't quote me on that, because one thing about it, sometimes you need nails ASAP and you don't have time to do nails, so it's always good to have press-on nails laying around in case of emergency. I don't think I have the patience to do acrylic press-ons though, so I don't know. I'm still thinking about it, because one thing about it, my wide nails just make it hard to have press-ons actually, and that's why I don't buy press-on nails. And while I wait for that other nail to cure, the first coat of that other nail, I'm gonna go in with this Julie Angel number 60 on this is supposed to be my pinky, right? On my pinky. This is one of the first nail gels that I bought actually before I even got the tubs. I remember even getting a very weak UV lamp. I was so mad when I started to explore and I realized that I got ripped off for that UV lamp because it wasn't as strong and it was more expensive than the one I have right now. I think it was a 36 watt if I'm not mistaken, and now I have a 48 watt and it's cheaper than the 36 watt. How crazy is that? One thing about it, I would like to create a video where I inform people who want to start doing their own nails about what to get and what to avoid, because child, we got ripped off buying all these things thinking they're very hard to get, and then you start to realize that actually it's good to window shop sometimes, look around, see what's available, compare the prices, and finally buy, and not just buy on impulse, because I think that's exactly what I did. When my mom bought me my first nail kit, I was so happy, but now that I look back, I'm like, damn, we were ripped off. And these people, they can definitely tell when you're new to the game. They will rip you off. They will definitely rip you off. Right, and then for 2 of my nails, I want to do Frenchies. I don't know, I'm starting to feel like this color is a little too dark for me lately. My complexion might have changed over the years. I'm not saying I'm not dark, I'm still dark, but I'm not as dark as I used to be. But yeah, to show that I used to use this a lot, it's literally running out. I'm running out of a lot of things, guys. Like, it's starting to become a problem, okay? Because what do you mean I can't do nails if they're not acrylic? I have a lot of acrylic, but there's a lot of nail arts I need to be doing with like these nail gels, and if I'm running out of these, like what am I supposed to do? And these are things that you don't really notice until they're out and you're like, wait, actually I'm out of this. But yeah, you can even tell that the brush doesn't have much color on it touching it when it's in the bottle, so that sucks. But anyway, let's do 2 coats of that. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this milky white color. I'm not sure if this is a smart idea. I could just use a regular white for what I'm going for, but I think if I can pull this off, then this milky white could look good. I want to do a Frenchie with this color, and like I said, if I do this justice, then it should definitely turn out the way I had imagined. And I think I'm also running out of this also, so I think I might need a mixing plate for that. So I'm really hoping that this turns out like I imagined. I really don't want that harsh white, but I also don't want the nude to show underneath. That's like a weird ask, right? I think I'm asking for too much. Let me just rather get the white, the harsh white. This is the bling girl white. Maybe I should mix it with a little bit of this with the milky white so that I don't have too much of a transparent color there, and let's hope that works. I'm gonna use a brush to mix that. I don't think was a good idea because because now everything is on the brush. Let's try that again. Okay, and then what's left of this white I'm gonna use on this nail. The nail is already like a color that I would go for, but I didn't want to be lazy and just not use any color on it. I think I just thought, let me just add some opacity, even more opacity than it already has. So I have these water decals that I want to use, but this time around I want to use these differently than I normally do. I usually cut these and then let them soak, but I've seen other users do this, just add water and then use a stamp that you usually use for a stamping gel to pick these up. So I'm just going to leave these here because I just wet those 5, and then while those do their thing, I am going to get this right here. Oops, the nail is sticky. So, and I have here 2 bows that I want to put on 2 of my French tip nails. So I will be using this Wendy Beauty glue gel, and then I will be putting this right there in the center while we wait for the water to do what it does. Okay, I'm going to use this one right there. Okay, I'm lazy to take a brush, but I should be using a brush to like just, you know, making sure that that glue gel isn't too bulky, and then I'm just gonna cure that and make sure that that is not skew. Wait, I don't know if putting that bow was a smart idea because I think I still need to put these on the French nails as well, but let me try this. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna go on to use this. Oh wow, not this falling out. Wow, and I think I'm using the new one. This is the one I got from Petty Nails Uncut. I don't think I've ever used this. So child, why you do that to me? Why you do that to me? But anyway, like I said, if this doesn't work, then I'm gonna go on to my old ways. But basically you're supposed to, yeah, no, that doesn't work. Let's try the small one. Nope, forget about that. Let me just use my triangle tray right here, add the water in there and just cut these up because I thought I was gonna try and look, you know, a little fancy and do that, but no, we're gonna do this the old way. And like I said, I don't think that was a smart idea for me to put the bow on the other nail because I wanted to put some of these on the French tip part, but we're gonna try and make it work, okay, and see. The dangers of doing this is that I may cut a lot of these and not even use all of them, but anyway. Okay, now that these have been sitting there for a while, I'm pretty sure that they're ready to be put on the nails. I'm just gonna slide it down, and I learned this from Petty Nails Uncut as well. She did this in her videos and I was like, whoa, that is so cool. I don't even remember how I used to do this on my own nails actually. Wait, let me try and put this here because this is nice and small. I said I do want to do this on my Frenchies as well, so I don't know how I'm gonna do that with the one that already has a bow on it, but that's exactly what I'm going for. Oops, okay girl. Oh, love that. I think I need one more small one, of course. I think I might need to cut more. I'm glad. Oh, this is nice butterflies. Okay, let's just cut more. Okay, let me just put the rest of these, but you get the idea. I can do the rest of camera. And I have to be careful with that. I don't want that folding because once it folds and I'm off camera, once it folds, it's over. You can unfold it. And these water decals are the reason why I chose the colors that I chose for my other nails. The orange and the green. I did miss a spot here. Maybe I'll find something small to fill that gap, but you get what I'm going for, right? All right, and then for this last French nail, I'm gonna go on with that last bow that I had. The flowers did go over the Frenchie a bit, but I don't think that's much of a problem seeing that I am gonna cover that anyway. My thing is, every time I put bows on here, it feels like I have to go in the lamp and actually hold the bow in place, because once it's in the lamp it starts to slide before it cures, and then when it comes out a little skew, because I feel like the other nail was skew. I hope this is not skew. It's looking a little skew for me. I'm just hoping it's not tilted to the one side, but I'm gonna cure that. And while that is curing, I just want to show you this one. Like, I don't like how that looks. It looks like it's tilted to this side, and I don't want to peel that off because I did not protect the layer with a top coat. So I feel like I will remove the gel layer, so it's tilted to the right as you can see, and to the left when it's facing me. So I've been doing that a lot lately with my press-ons. It's starting to get annoying actually. So while I'm at it, let me just go on with this top coat. And we all know this is a thick top coat. Look at that. Look at all of that. all of that thick gel that just, it does that when it gets in contact with cold air. It is so crazy, but we're almost out of it, so I won't have to deal with this anymore. I'm just gonna clean the rims of this gel, and then I'm gonna tilt it over so that all the thick gel can come to the top of the bottle. But yeah, that's what I've been dealing with all winter. Honestly, it's just been so like, and the reason why I can't really pour it out on the mixing plate is because of that, exactly that, because it cures, it becomes thick when I just pour it out. So that's why I leave the bottle like this, use a separate brush to apply that on, because if I just leave everything like that and start using it, it will harden. So you see, and then you have parts like that every time, little chunks like that, that will disturb your flow while you are working. So I'm glad that this is almost over at the time of filming this, because I don't know when this video is gonna come out. But now that I know what top coats I love, I'm never buying any other brand but the Miss Smooth top coats. I love those, I really do. So this is basically the last part I am filming for these nails before I actually put them on, which I don't know when I'm gonna put these on. I'm just making these in case of emergency, so I'll be back whenever I put these on to complete the video. I'm gonna have to clean that off. When I put these on, I am definitely going to apply top coat to these again. Now I'm just protecting them from lint and all of that, which I feel has already caught onto the nails. At the time of filming this, I'm actually really glad that it's not cold anymore. Like even this thick top coat is not as thick as it used to be, but I still don't want to mess with the chances of leaving it open at the bottom so that it cures. Because what I notice is that, look at the brush, oh my gosh, it really took the white from the other nail. Hope that doesn't, let me just wipe that. I really didn't want that to interfere with the nail. Look at that, wiping that picked up some lint. Anyway, like I was saying before I got rudely interrupted by the lint, I was saying that even though it's not as cold anymore, I'm not willing to risk keeping the top coat unclosed by the mixing plate, because I noticed that it was the cold air that caused the top coat to stiffen up like that. But at the time of filming this, it is actually quite warm now. And oops, not me dropping the nail. Girl, I am so clumsy today. What is happening? But like I was saying, what was I even saying? Where was I going with this? Oh my gosh. Oh, the thick top coat is not as thick anymore. It's a little runny, which I do prefer, because the thick ones, when it's too thick and it's like cold, it's just hard to work with, honestly. I feel like I'm working too much on the left with this video. Forgive me for that. Okay, this is the last nail, so I'm just gonna use what's left on the mixing plate and just make sure that I close that before it stiffens up. But then I'll be back to finish the video when I put these on, however long that's gonna take or whenever that's gonna be. Okay, just to show you one last look of how the set looks together, this is how the nails are looking together. I'm just gonna put these away and stack them for when I am ready to use them, but I also need to get these off. If you haven't watched the video of when I did these, which I think is a bit funny for me wearing these, I will link it up in the cards, because I just did these press-ons right after doing these, because I'm definitely gonna pop these off right after filming these. So that's that. A whole eternity later, and I'm ready to put the press-ons on my left hand. I am going to use the sanding band just to file off the shine on my nails. I don't usually do this because I usually have builder gel on my natural nails. As you can see, I do have some leftover product of builder gel right there. This time around, I just want to apply the nails straight onto my natural nails without having a builder gel or a base gel or any protective layer on my natural nails. And then using this drill bit, I am going to push back my cuticles and remove some of that dry skin on my nails. And I ensure that I don't press too hard, because I do not want any rings of fire on my natural nails. I'm being very careful with this. And there we have that there, all done. And I'm removing the dust. Then I'm gonna use lint-free wipe and sanitizer to wipe off any dust. I shouldn't be using this lint-free wipe because this one is full of lint. Actually, it's fine. I'll go over the nails with a different lint-free wipe from Shein. These types work much better and they don't leave any lint on your nails. So that is that. In fact, I don't think I should have wiped my nails as yet, because I might want to shape them up, but you know what, it's okay. It's okay. I think they're still not long enough for me to reshape them or anything, so it's okay. And here I have the nails that I want to put on. So the reason that I don't want to put any gel or builder gel on my nails is because I want these to fit better than they usually do. I do have very wide thumbs, if you don't know by now, and a very tiny pinky nail, so already without any builder gel my nails don't fit from sidewall to sidewall because of that, and this is the largest size, so it's okay. It's okay. I think I should also prep the insides of the nails. Maybe I should use an old primer to do that instead of filing, because I've already wiped the dust off my nails, and just prime the insides of the press on nails, and then I'll put them on accordingly. In fact, some of them I need to file still, so maybe I shouldn't do that. But anyway, I am going to use this Q2 glue gel, and I'm gonna apply the nail using the Q2 glue gel. I don't know if I should let this dry, or is it dry? I don't want to touch it, but I think that is dry. Apply enough glue because I do have flat nail beds, and I haven't applied press-ons or put on press-ons like this in a very long time. Like I said, I usually have a protective layer on my nails of some sort of gel, so this is gonna be interesting. I want to see how long these last for. And this looks like it's stuck on there. Very interesting. So here I have this pinky nail, and I feel like it's a little too big, but it feels a little wide, so I'm just gonna reduce the size by just filing the sides of the nail and also rounding off the cuticle area. Just basically customize this to my natural nail so that it fits a lot more flush. I don't remember putting in this much effort for press on nails before, so this is quite interesting. Okay, I kind of feel like I might have filed a little too much, even though the cuticle area isn't the way I'd like it to be. See, I mean, it's cute or whatever. Just want that skinny look. And once again, use that primer, prime the inside, and oops, filing on top of the nails. Left the dust on there, but luckily they were facing down, so the primer isn't contaminated. And once again, I'm gonna sanitize my fingernails and just make sure they dry and put the nails on. I'm gonna go on this. Rather, let me start with the one that's probably already dry, which is the index finger, which I also had to customize, by the way. And there we go. Oops, I might not have filed the sides properly, but it's on there now. Oop, and I put it crooked. Can I break it off? Can I remove it? Yes. I'm gonna have to file the insides again because I've done this already. I'm gonna file the nail. I'm gonna come back to that one. So put on the rest. Why is putting on press-on seeming to be hard right now? In fact, let me file that so that it dries when I put the primer on. Honestly, I was just lazy to use the sanding band, just using this drill bits because that's what's on the drill right now. So prime that and try again, basically. But while I wait for that one to dry, I'll just put on my other nails and I'll get back to it in the end. And there I have the press-on nails on. I don't like how bulky looking, like how wide these look, so I'm gonna attempt to file them while they're on my nails. I don't know, because this is very risky, seeing that this is a gel polish nail set. I think it's better to file this way because I'm peeling it off, but I'd rather customize it for me to like it than to have these nails on and not like them. I mean, if I could, I would file the cuticle area as well, but that would remove the color, so I'll leave that. It's okay. Just the bulky looking nails I really don't like. I like skinny looking nails. I know we have different preferences. There's someone I like to watch on YouTube who prefers the bulky looking nails. Anyway, and I think because I filed, I might have to top coat the nails again. But before I do that, let me just wipe these off and then I'll top coat them again. Wait, did I top coat these? I think I did top coat these when I did them. I did do these months ago, so they're not sticky, so I'm assuming it's not base coat but top coat. But I'm gonna go on with this top coat from Bling Girl. Just remove that. I'm gonna try not to flood my cuticles or anything because these don't fit too nicely, but it's okay. It's okay. And there I have the nails top coated. I'm gonna use this cuticle pen to nourish my cuticles, and that's it for this video. I haven't had nails on for about 2 months at the time of filming this, so I just thought, you know what, let me just put on these press-ons that I've had for months on my emergency stash just to ease myself back into doing nails again. I miss doing nails. That's it. What do you guys think about these nails? Let me know in the comments what you think about these nails. If you've watched all the way, please leave a flower emoji in the comment section to let me know that you are a real one and you've watched all the way to the end. Please subscribe so that you do not miss any of my upcoming videos, and I hope you stay tuned for my next video. Thanks for watching once again. Bye.